Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Friday follow up in the continuing journey of accountability. I have breaking news for everyone. Today is not August 5th. If you remember last week, I said August 5th was going to be a special presentation, and I was working on a lot of things. And I got a little excited, and I realized there was one more week in between last week and August 5th. So hopefully none of you changed your calendars a little too early, and hopefully I won't disappoint those of you who decided to join in today waiting for this different or special presentation. It will be next week, August 5th. But I kind of tried to figure out what had happened when it was strategically and carefully pointed out to me that I made a mistake last week. And I was thinking, well, it was quite a hectic week. I was multitasking all over the place trying to get so much things done, and that's where I made the error. And it got me to thinking also was like, we never seem to have enough time, and I'm trying to get everything done in a week. And I remember what my grandfather would tell me when people would complain to him that they had no time to get things done. And he said there's 24 hours in a day, 8 hours to sleep, if you're lucky, 8 hours to work. What are you doing with your other 8 hours during the day? Well, yeah, there's certain things you have to tend to throughout the day. But when you think about it, when you're trying to schedule and get things done, what was I doing with those other 8 hours? There's 160 hours in a week. We go to Tops meeting for roughly a little over an hour. That leaves us 167 hours left in the week, but yet we never seem to have enough time. And when I try to rush around to get things done, things kind of fall off the table, so to speak. And that's when I make an error and like to make a real bad announcement about today being August 5th. So I think I go back and I look, and it's kind of like what we do when we journal to try to keep track of what we're eating, and things, exercise and what we're doing. And I make lists. I make a lot of lists. And yesterday I finally, was getting a little hectic, and I didn't want to make another error today. And I started writing things down on my fancy legal pad here. And I got up to 25 items that I needed to take care of. They were all work related, but then I was thinking there was a few things that I want to do this weekend. So I made a list of those things that I wanted to do. And, it works for me, my type of journaling to keep track of what items that needs tending to. But wow, that's a big list. And then I just started to reflect, look, let's just get things done in a timely fashion, kind of chuckle there, and just be satisfied with what I was able to accomplish. And again, it's similar to when we look at our goal weight that is set by our healthcare provider. We look, wow, there's a lot of pounds between now and when I have to when I get to goal. But let's don't look at that. Let's look at what we've already checked off our list. If your goal is 50 pounds to lose, and you've already lost 15, you've got progress. You've checked those off your list. So again, I'm sorry I did that last week, but it just builds the excitement for next week where, next Friday is August 5th. Just wanted to make sure. So again, we make lists. We know where we have to go with how many pounds we need to lose, but we do have to be flexible. We do have to forgive ourselves. We are not perfect. And with all the things that needs to be done in a day, despite what my grandfather said about, hey, there's 24 hours, what are you doing with those, what he thought were, I guess, extra hours? I don't know. We just got to be realize again, like I said, we're human. We just got to take it one step at a time. In other words, yes, you're trying to figure out why is he have in this background a picture of the seashore with a seal balancing the ball. The word is balance. We have to find that balance in our lifestyle, whether it's work, play, or home, the balance on how we're doing our journey to a healthier lifestyle. Everything has to balance. And when it balances correctly, it stays right there where you can focus on. And that's what the seal picture is trying to drive home. Now, you may have noticed what type of ball he's balancing, and it's a Topps beach ball. And remember, you can go to the Topps store and buy these beach balls for yourself to exercise with, or buy it for your children or grandchildren. It's a great way to spread Topps message. See how I took another thing off my list, trying to advertise what items are in the store. Always thinking, folks, because I have to find that balance. That has been the one thing in my life, whether it's my Topps life, work life, home life, just growing up, I always struggled with balancing everything that needed to be done. Matter of fact, the last retreat I attended, the last men's retreat that I attended, that was what we really talked about. And I had a good chance to reflect on how I have to control and get that balance that I need. So I have good weeks when I find that right balance, and I have weeks that are kind of helter-skelter, trying to drive all around, where I might make some misjudgments, whether it's announcements that were incorrect, or I might, when I'm writing my blogs or my president's messages, so I'll get a question from the editor saying, "Did you really mean that?" And I go, "No, I was thinking of something else. I wasn't balanced." But there's always these checks and balances for us to use, and that's why we have to support each other in these hectic times. So just focus on what you've accomplished. There's always tomorrow. That's right, another 24 hours. Okay, Grampy, we'll try to work around with that 8 hours. But that's where I got kind of caught up last week, and we'll see if I can do better next week. So on the journey of accountability, I want to report that I gained 1 pound this week. A little disappointed because I had a great loss last week, and it turned out to be 1 week in a row. But I had a mini goal in mind, where July tends to be hectic. A lot of people on vacations, hard to schedule meetings, a lot of family things happening in the month of July, cookouts, 4th of July, various things. And I wanted to end the month with a loss. So despite the gain last night, I did end the month with a 1.4 loss for the month. It is what I call a mini victory. And if you've read my blog last week, I talk about victories. Yes, we focus on that big victory, getting to our goal weight, and that's where we need to put our focus. But we have to enjoy the little victories going to that point. And that's what I had set myself for July. I kind of wanted to survive the month of July, and I felt I did. Like I said, I ended the month with a 1.4 loss. Hey, it is what it is. It's an accomplishment. It got checked off my list, and now I'm going to work on balancing the month of August. So speaking of August, that's right, next Friday, August 5th, I will have a special presentation for everyone. I hope you enjoy it. I've got another week to polish it up and make sure it's balanced. And I will see you next Friday.